Get ready for a story that hits you like a freight train. It's raw, it's real, a woman's desperate stand against power, with a twist so wild you'll be on the edge of your seat. This is no ordinary tale. It's a fight that could shake a nation. Don't miss a second. Subscribe now. And let's jump in. The George R. Brown Convention Center in Houston, Texas, crackled with energy. Summer heat hung heavy, the air thick with sweat and anticipation. Reporters crammed the room, their shouts a deafening roar, cameras flashing like a storm. At the podium, Donald Trump owned the chaos. Jobs, growth. America's back, folks, he bellowed, fists pumping. Then silence. A hush so sharp it sliced the noise clean in two. She emerged from the crowd. Not a journalist, but a force. Lydia Brooks, 42, a black Navy vet, her faded blazer pinned with medals of valor. 14 years in the Middle East had forged her, yet her hands quivered as she stepped forward. Mr. Trump, her voice rang out, bold, trembling with buried pain. He stopped cold, eyes narrowing. I'm Lydia Brooks. 14 years I served, Iraq, Afghanistan, hell itself. Now I'm in Houston, breaking my back on odd jobs to feed my boys. Employers scoff, military don't count. So tell me, sir, what's your plan for us? The room froze, air buzzing with tension. Jake Morales, a lean 35-year-old Houston Chronicle reporter, scribbled like a man possessed. Marla Evans, Lydia's rock, 45, ex-Army nurse, stood close, muttering, "Give it to him, Lydia." Trump's grip tightened on the podium, his swagger flickering. 14 years, he said, voice low, deliberate. What's your name again? Lydia Brooks, sir, she fired back, head high, heart pounding. Lydia, he paused, letting it linger, then leaned in. Come up here. Gasps ripped through the crowd. Jake's pen froze midair. Marla's breath caught, eyes wide. Trump waved her up. Now, Lydia, let's talk. Pandemonium broke loose. He's calling her up? A reporter shouted. This is insane, another barked. Lydia hesitated, pulse racing. This wasn't the script. Marla hissed, go. Make him listen. Boots hit the floor, thud, thud. Each step a battle cry as she pushed through the throng. She climbed the stage, spotlight blinding, heat searing. Beside Trump, she stood, a warrior, raw and exposed. He faced her mic hot. You've served, Lydia. That's guts. Tell them, what's it really like? She inhaled, the weight of her boy's hungry eyes flashing in her mind. I joined at 19, she said, voice rising fierce. To defend this country. I gave it all, blood, fear, nights I thought I'd die. But Houston? I'm a ghost. No job, no hope, just a vet they toss aside. I want a chance, Mr. Trump, not pity. Her words cracked the air, pure and piercing. Jake whispered, holy hell, that's it. Marla nodded, tears brimming. Trump's jaw twitched, something sparking in his gaze. He leaned closer. Work with me, Lydia. His voice hit hard, firm. The room detonated, shouts, cheers, chaos. Lydia blinked, dazed. Marla gasped. He said what? Jake gaped, stunned. Trump thrust out his hand. You in? Help me fix this. Her mind spun, truth or trap. Cameras flashed, sealing their handshake. A vet and a titan, locked in a moment of fire. One thought screamed loud, what happens now? The stage lights burned hot, but nothing matched the fire in Lydia Brooks' chest. She'd just shaken hands with Donald Trump. On live TV, no less, after he dropped a bombshell. Work with me. The George R. Brown Convention Center in Houston erupted, a tidal wave of gasps and cheers crashing around her. Reporters scrambled, their cameras snapping like gunfire. Lydia stood frozen, her calloused hand still tingling from his grip. Was this real? A lifeline? Or a slick political play? The crowd's roar faded into a dull hum as her mind raced, replaying his words. She barely noticed Jake Morales, the Houston Chronicle reporter, elbowing through the chaos, or Marla Evans, her best friend, beaming with pride from below. Trump leaned into the mic, his voice cutting through. Lydia's a hero, folks. She's going to help us fix things, big things, for vets. The room shook with applause, but Lydia's stomach twisted. She glanced at him, his grin wide, confident, then out at the sea of faces. Some cheered, others smirked, skeptical. "Mr. President," she said, low but firm, stepping closer. "You mean this? No games? I'm here for real change, not photo ops." He turned, eyebrows shooting up, then chuckled. "Lydia, I like you already. Straight shooter. Yes, I mean it." His hand clapped her shoulder, heavy and deliberate. The press conference ended in a blur, aides whisking Trump away as reporters swarmed Lydia. "Ms. Brooks, what's next?" one shouted. "You trust him?" another jabbed. Jake pushed forward, his notepad out. "Lydia, Jake Morales, Chronicle. Can I get 5 minutes? Your story's gold." She nodded, dazed, as Marla fought through to her side. "Girl, you did it." Marla hugged her tight, voice cracking. "But watch yourself. He's slicker than a Texas oil spill." Lydia forced a smile, her throat dry. "I know, Marla. I know." Hours later, the news hit like a storm. Clips of Lydia's speech. "I'm a ghost. No job, no hope." Flooded X and TV screens. Trump recruits vet onsdagar. Headlines skriver med. Her phone buzzed nonstop. Texts from her boys. "Mom, you're famous." And calls from strangers, some praising, others warning. She sat in her cramped Houston apartment, staring at the TV replay, the weight sinking in. Then a knock, sharp, insistent. Marla peeked through the blinds. "It's a suit, Lydia." Fancy car outside. The door swung open, revealing a man in a crisp gray suit. Senator Roy Coleman, 60, a Texas Titan with silver hair and a politician's smile. "Ms. Brooks," he drawled, stepping in uninvited. "Quite a show today. Trump's new poster girl, huh?" His tone dripped with honeyed doubt. Lydia stood, arms crossed. "Senator, I'm no one's girl. What do you want?" He smirked, pacing her tiny living room. "Just a chat. Trump's impulsive, likes shiny toys. You think he'll deliver? Or are you his next prop?" Her jaw tightened. "I'm not here to play, sir. That's like me. We're dying out there. If he's serious, I'll make it work." Coleman's eyes narrowed, cold and calculating. Bold words. "But Washington's a meat grinder, Ms. Brooks. You'll see." He tipped his hat and left, the door clicking shut like a trap snapping closed. Marla whistled low. "That man's trouble, Lydia. Smells like he's got his own game." The next morning, a black SUV rolled up outside. An official summons. "White House wants you, Ms. Brooks." "Now," the driver barked. Lydia hugged her boys, 12 and 9, wide-eyed, and Marla, who squeezed her hand. "You're in deep now, girl. Don't you let and show you up." The drive to the airport was a blur, Houston skyline fading as doubts gnawed at her. On the plane, she scrolled X. Half the posts hailed her as a patriot, half called her a pawn. One stung. Trump's using her. She's naive. Landing in D.C., she was whisked to a sleek office, Trump waiting behind a desk. "Lydia," he boomed, standing. "Welcome aboard. You're my vet whisperer. Tell me what's broken. We'll fix it." She squared her shoulders, voice steady. "Sir, it's jobs. Vets come home to nothing. No training, no support. I'll work with you, but it's got to be real." He nodded, grinning. "Real it is. You'll see. Big plans, Lydia, big plans." But as she left, a chill hit her. Senator Coleman's words echoed. Meat grinder, and Marla's warning rang true. The Capitol loomed outside, a maze of power and promises. She'd taken the leap, but into what? Hope flared in her chest, fragile but fierce, tangled with a growing dread. This was no game. This was war. What would you do? Trust him or fight back? And the battlefield was just beginning to take shape. Lydia Brooks stepped off the plane in Houston, the humid Texas air hitting her like a wall after weeks in D.C.'s sterile chill. She'd been Trump's vet whisperer for a month now, shuttling between Washington's marble halls and her gritty Houston roots. Her boys greeted her at the gate, 12-year-old Caleb and 9-year-old Ethan, barreling into her arms. "Mom, you're on TV all the time." Caleb grinned, but Ethan clung tighter, whispering, "Don't leave again, okay?" Her heart cracked. She hugged him close, promising, "I'm fighting for us, baby. For all of us." Back home, the apartment felt smaller, the walls paper-thin against the roar of Houston streets. Marla Evans was waiting, arms crossed, her nurse's scrubs wrinkled from a long shift. "Well, hero," she teased, but her eyes were sharp. "How's it going up there with the big shots?" Lydia sank onto the sagging couch, rubbing her temples. "It's a mess, Marla. Meetings, promises, nothing moves. I tell them vets need jobs, training, real help, and it's all nods and no action." Marla frowned, sitting beside her. "Told you, girl. Washington's a swamp. They'll drown you in it." Lydia's jaw tightened. "I'm not drowning yet. Trump listens sometimes, but it's like pushing a boulder uphill." Her phone buzzed. Another ex-post. Lydia Brooks, Trump's puppet or real deal? She tossed it aside, frustration boiling. Then a knock rattled the door. Hard, angry. Trey Harris stormed in, a hulking 50-year-old vet with a buzz cut and scars mapping his arms. "Lydia," he barked, voice rough as gravel. "What the hell you doing up there?" She stood, meeting his glare. "Trey, I'm trying to fix things. Jobs, support." He cut her off, slamming a fist on the table. "Fix things. You're Trump's damn billboard. Vets here in Houston, me included, we're still screwed. You sold us out." Marla jumped up, fierce. "Back off, Trey. She's fighting for you." But he sneered, "Fighting? Or posing? I lost my house last month. No one's helping me." Lydia's chest burned, guilt and fury colliding. "I'm not posing," she snapped. "I'm in those rooms, yelling for you, for all of us." "But it's slow, Trey, too damn slow." He shook his head, eyes cold. "Slow's a luxury we don't got. Don't let him use you, Lydia, or we're done." He stormed out, the door banging shut like a gunshot. Marla touched her arm, soft. "He's hurting, girl. But he's not wrong, you gotta watch your back." The next day, D.C. swallowed her again. A sleek boardroom, Trump at the head, aides buzzing, and Senator Roy Coleman lurking in the corner, his silver hair gleaming under fluorescent lights. "Lydia," Trump boomed, clapping his hands. "Tell him what we need." She stood, voice steady despite the knots in her gut. "Vets need jobs now. Training programs, hiring incentives, not more talk." The aides nodded, scribbling, but Coleman leaned forward, smirking. "Noble words, Ms. Brooks. But this is Washington, things crawl." Or he paused, sly. "Maybe Trump's just parading you for votes." Her blood flared. "I'm no parade, Senator," she shot back. "I'm here for results, not your games." Trump chuckled, waving a hand. "She's feisty, Roy. I like it. We'll get it done. Lydia, big league." But as the meeting dragged, papers shuffled, and promises stalled, doubt gnawed deeper. She caught Coleman's eye. His smug nod said it all. "You're out of your depth." Back in Houston that weekend, Trey's words haunted her. She walked the neighborhood, past rusted trailers, vets begging on corners, seeing the truth. Nothing had changed. At a barbecue joint, Jake Morales slid into her booth, notepad out. "Lydia, talk to me," he urged, eyes bright. "You're a star now. People want to know, is Trump legit?" She stared at her untouched ribs, voice low. "I don't know, Jake. I'm pushing, but it's like screaming into a void." That night, alone in her D.C. office, she stared at a photo of her boys, their smiles fading in her memory. Trey's rage, Coleman's taunts, Marla's warnings, they swirled, suffocating. "Am I failing them?" she whispered, tears stinging. Her phone lit up, an email from Trump's team. New vet plan stalled, budget cuts. Her fist hit the desk, a sob breaking free. She was in deep, too deep. But surrender? Never. The fight was hers now. Could you keep going? And it was only getting harder. The Houston sun blazed down, turning the asphalt into a shimmering haze as Lydia Brooks stood outside a packed community center. Inside, hundreds of vets, men and women with weathered faces and stories etched in their eyes, waited. She'd called this meeting, her voice shaking when she'd told Marla, "Enough waiting. If Trump won't move, I will." Now, gripping a megaphone, she faced the crowd spilling onto the street, American flags snapping in the wind. This wasn't D.C.'s polished game. It was raw, real Texas grit. She raised the megaphone, heart pounding. "I'm Lydia Brooks." Her voice boomed, fierce. "You know me. I'm one of you. 14 years I served. And like you, I came home to nothing. I went to Washington, begged for change, and got excuses. The crowd rumbled, some nodding, others shouting, damn right. Trey Harris stood near the front, arms crossed, his scowl deep. We're tired of promises. Lydia yelled. So I'm done asking, I'm demanding. Jobs, homes, respect now. Marla rushed to her side, eyes wide. Lydia, you sure about this? Trump will hate it. Lydia's jaw set. Let him. I'm not his puppet. I'm ours. Jake Morales weaved through, camera in hand. This is big, Lydia, he said, voice electric. I'm live streaming. Whole country's watching. She nodded, adrenaline surging. The megaphone crackled. Who's with me? A roar erupted. Fists pumped, voices united. Trey stepped closer, hesitant. You mean this? He growled. No more talk. She met his stare. Action, Trey. Join me. Across town, Senator Roy Coleman watched the stream in his plush office, cigar smoke curling around him. Well, damn, he muttered, smirking. Little vet's got teeth. He dialed Trump, voice smooth. Your girl's gone rogue, Don. Rallying vets in Houston, bad optics. Trump's growl came through. She's what? Fix it, Roy, I'm busy. Coleman chuckled, dark. Oh, I'll fix it my way. Back at the center, the crowd chanted. Lydia, Lydia. She climbed onto a makeshift stage, two vets hoisting her up, facing them like a general. We march tomorrow, she declared. To Austin, the capital. They'll hear us, or we'll make 'em. Cheers shook the walls, but then sirens. Black SUVs screeched up, Trump's aides piling out. Ms. Brooks, one barked, sweating. The president demands you stop. This is out of line. She spun, fire eyes. Out of line. Vets dying on streets. That's out of line. Tell him I'm done waiting. The aide stammered. He'll pull the plug. Your job, everything. Lydia laughed, bitter. Let him try. I've got nothing left to lose. The crowd roared louder, drowning the aide as he retreated. Trey stepped up, voice low. Lost my house cause of this system. I'm in, Lydia, all in. She gripped his hand, a pact sealed in sweat and resolve. Marla hugged her, fierce. You're crazy, girl, and I love it. By nightfall, the stream hit millions. X ablaze with hashtag Lydia leads. Jake's voiceover went viral. A vet's revolt. Houston's the spark. In D.C., Trump slammed his desk, watching. She's good, he muttered, half impressed, half furious. Roy, handle her. Coleman arrived in Houston at dawn, striding into the rally prep, tents, signs, vets gearing up. Ms. Brooks, he called, smooth as silk. Nice stunt. But you're pushing too hard, Trump spooked. She faced him, unflinching. Good. Maybe he'll finally do something. Coleman's smile faded cold. Or he'll crush you. Back off or regret it. She stepped closer, voice steel. Threaten me all you want, Senator. I've faced worse than you. He stared, then turned, muttering, Your funeral. The march launched, 100 strong, vets in worn boots, Lydia at the front. Austin loomed ahead, a showdown brewing. Halfway there, word hit, Trump caved. Vet bills moving, jobs, housing, an aide shouted breathless. The crowd exploded, tears streaming down Trey's face. Lydia stopped, megaphone shaking. We did it, she cried, voice breaking. But this ain't the end. It's the start. Applause thundered, hope alive, but her eyes locked on the horizon. Coleman's warning lingered. Victory? Or a bigger fight coming? 2 years had passed since Lydia Brooks led that march from Houston to Austin, a tidal wave of vets that forced a nation to listen. The vet bill she'd fought for was law now. Jobs, housing, hope flowing back into lives once forgotten. She stood on her Houston porch, the evening sun painting the sky orange, watching her boys, now 14 and 11, kick a soccer ball in the yard. The cramped apartment was gone. This modest house, bought with her own sweat, stood as proof of her fight. But the scars of that battle lingered, deep and quiet. Inside, Marla Evans lounged on the couch, flipping through a magazine. You see this, Lydia? She called, holding up a page. They're calling you Texas' unsung hero. About damn time. Lydia smiled faintly, stirring a pot of chili on the stove. Her mama's recipe, a taste of home. I don't need headlines, Marla. Just want my boys to grow up proud. Marla snorted, playful. Too late, girl. You're a legend now. Deal with it. A knock interrupted them, soft, hesitant. Trey Harris stepped in, his hulking frame softer now, a new job patching his pride back together. Lydia, he said, voice low, holding out a worn photo of his reclaimed house. Got this cause of you. Never said it right. Thank you. Her throat tightened as she took the photo, his gratitude heavy in her hands. Trey, we did it together. All of us. He nodded, eyes glistening. Yeah, but you started it. Later, at a Houston vet center Marla now ran, funded by that bill, Lydia met Jake Morales. His book, Lydia's War, sat on a table, a bestseller chronicling her fight. Hey, Star, he grinned, tossing her a copy. Sign this for me? Readers love you. She laughed sharp. Jake, I'm no star. Just a vet who got loud. He shook his head, serious. You're more, Lydia. You gave us a voice, Texas to D.C. That night, she drove to a quiet cemetery, the city's hum fading behind her. She knelt at her father's grave, a vet too, lost to time and neglect. Daddy, she whispered, tracing his name on the stone. I kept my promise. We're not invisible anymore. A breeze rustled the oaks, carrying her words away, peace settling in her chest. Back home, her phone buzzed. Senator Roy Coleman, his voice oily through the line. Ms. Brooks, heard you're mentoring kids now, vets' daughters. Trump's impressed, wants you back. She stood at her window, watching her boys laugh outside. Tell him no, Senator, she said firm. I'm done with D.C. My fight's here. Houston, the streets, the kids. Coleman chuckled dry. Your loss. But, hell of a run, Lydia. The call ended, and she smiled. Her run wasn't over, just different. Months later, at Houston High School, a crowd gathered. Vets, families, kids, cheering as a new hall was unveiled. Lydia Brooks' Veterans Wing. She stood on stage, voice breaking. This ain't about me, she shouted, tears spilling. It's about us. Every vet who fought, every kid who'll dream bigger. We're enough. The applause roared, her boys rushing up, hugging her tight. Trey clapped from the front, Marla hooped, and Jake snapped photos, grinning. Lydia stepped back, gazing at the plaque, her name etched in steel, a legacy born from that press conference cry. She'd faced Trump, defied Coleman, rallied a movement, and won. Not for fame, but for them, her boys, Trey, every vet in Houston's shadows. The fight had cost her sleepless nights, doubts, but it built something eternal. She whispered to the sky, "We did it, Daddy," as the crowd's love washed over her, warm and unbreakable. Thanks for watching, y'all. This story's for the fighters, the ones who never quit. Hit that like button if Lydia's courage moved you. Share it with your crew. Drop a comment. What's your fight? And subscribe, because we got more epic tales coming your way. Stay strong, stay loud. See you next time.